Hi everyone, welcome. I forgot one thing. I forgot people to turn on the light because you cannot see me very well. Wait a minute, 1 minute. I'm here. I'm here, people again, and I think it's better. Or Peter was too perfect, wanted to be too perfect, but whew, okay, it's the most funniest start of the episode ever. But okay, let's start with the easy relay, uh, EA quad pod, and we can start. We found with the perfect start of the fun. Hi everyone, I'm Peter from Peter's English Podcast, and I'm your host Peter. And this is picture in picture mode episode. Yay! It's about the new chapter 12 of season 3 of my novel, Fear the Vampire Girl God Diary. It's called Vampire Election Chaos. Whew, okay, Peter. Just breathe. Just breathe. Okay, we can start. And in this episode, I want to read you and act chapter 12 of season 3 of my novel, The Vampire Diary, and it's my own story. Let's start with the slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Yeah, people. Yes, it's true. And we can start with the reading. Okay. Oh, can you see it? Oh God. Oh God, okay, people. And Peter just calm down. No, no one. As you can see, people, this is reality show. Yeah, yes, it is. And okay, we can start. You can see everything perfectly. And okay, let's start. We are online. Okay, I'm going to read you right now. Chapter 12 of Season 3, Vampire Election Chaos. Viera's Diary Entry. I need to... Hmm. Okay, people, I read a good a good breakfast. Yeah, Peter, why did you eat breakfast again before live stream? Because I thought that I can do this. Okay, let's start. Okay, really, let's start. Here's diary entry. Good heavens, what have I ever done to deserve this? Why do I have to buy something all by myself? What even is this podcast thing? I have no idea. I'm looking at online offers without even knowing what the podcast is. Lamented Lady Seraphina as she browsed through a shop listings on the internet. I don't know where her husband, Lord Alistair, appeared. Well, my dear, have you already bought something for our little Vera? Lady Seraphina looked at him sourly with her red eyes. What do you want, you dog? Go away and leave me alone. I'm trying to buy electronics for Vera's podcast. Her husband immediately interrupted her. But you don't even know what a podcast is. Wonderful. Don't look at me, woman. I have no clue what a podcast is either. What kind of word is this? The Middle Ages were golden, candlelit romance, entertainment with women. But this Ramina instantly sharpened her gaze and looked at him strictly. And what kind of entertainment with women was that in the Middle Ages? Lord Alistair replied fearfully, Of course, before we met. Only now did Lady Seraphina begin lamenting even more. I knew it, you womanizer! My mother would be saying don't bury that dog, but no, I was young, stupid, and naive, love-struck goose. You were handsome and distinctly rich. At least we're still equally young and beautiful. It's time for me to find a lover. You make me furious, you dog. We'd better call AI Diana. She's an AI demon who can find anything on the internet. Lord Alistair wisely stayed silent and quickly escaped to the safety of his room. And the Seraphina called Adena. Hello, darling. I need your help. Come over for a cup of tea, not coffee, of tea, of course. Adena replied, Hello, dear. I know everything. Don't say a word. You promised our Vera you'd buy everything she needs to start her podcast. And now you don't know what to do. Now, my dear, turn off that computer and go spend time with your husband. I'll take care of everything. The Seraphina answered, Thank you, darling. You're a friend. I'm going to apologize to the donkey of mine the way only we vampire ladies can. And Adriana diligently studied everything necessary about podcast creation in just a few seconds and bought everything needed online within minutes. 3 days later, a courier rang the doorbell of Vera's flat in London. Still in bed, Vera shouted to Peter, who was sleeping in the living room, "Hey, you there! Go open the door. Someone's ringing." Peter snapped back angrily. Something he definitely shouldn't have done. Why is it always me? Can you move your backside for once? Ira immediately flared up and got angry. Still in her black pajamas and slippers, she instantly teleported to Peter. What do you mean I should move? You insolent dog. My backside, huh? Fine, I'll go open the door, but you just wait. As punishment, I'll offer the courier the service of our agency for the lonely completely free of charge. And as a bonus, I'll tell him I'm sad and lonely. Peter quickly replied, I'm going, sweetheart. I'm sorry for behaving like a little boy. Vera giggled under her breath, proud of how cleverly she solved the tricky situation while Peter opened the door and accepted the delivery for Vera. After signing the necessary documents and receiving the enormous package, he shouted to Vera, Sweetheart, your podcast studio has arrived. Wait a minute, people, I need. Here I am. Here I am. And a little fun for you. Okay. And we can continue. We are only human. Vera replied, I already know everything, sweetheart. Lady Seraphina explained it all. Good heavens, how does she even know what a podcast is? Suddenly she received a message from Diana. Hello, Vera. Don't worry. I bought everything for you online. I studied everything carefully in a few seconds. As they say, break a leg. A huge fate fell off Vera's heart. Sweetheart, luckily Diana arranged everything on behalf of Lady Seraphina. Peter allowed himself a funny remark. And here I thought that Lady Seraphina bought an entire radio studio, including staff and transmitters. Few hours later, Lady Seraphina sent her up her personal limousine, driven by her personal chauffeur. I don't know if it is chauffeur, but it can be chauffeur for now. Straight to Viera. When the chauffeur arrived, he sent Viera a message and waited at the door. Miss Viera, I have been instructed to bring you and your boyfriend together with all the equipment necessary for creating your podcast. Vera gave the chauffeur a seductive wink, which made him blush immediately and said, Such a handsome young man shouldn't be dealing with such nonsense. Leave that to my boyfriend. Hey, you dog! Take everything needed for the podcast and put it in the car. Peter, cursing and grumbling under his breath, silently carried everything into the car. An hour later, they were already at the Blackthorn family castle. The butler silently carried the entire package of electronics straight into the room designed for the podcast. When Peter and Vera, holding hands, arrived in the ancient-looking living room, the entire Blackthorn family warmly welcomed them, together with Diana, who was sitting comfortably on the sofa with her legs crossed, drinking a cup of typical English tea with milk, along with the whole Blackthorn family. Peter immediately focused on Diana, who, as an AI demon, had the human appearance of a beautiful young 18-year-old lady. She could change her appearance at any time. Vera looked at him aggressively and jealously and immediately made a scene. Where are you looking, you dog? I'm prettier than Diana. Every man, vampire, or werewolf wants me as his wife. And you're staring at Diana. Peter snapped back. I'm not staring. Don't make things up. Diana blushed immediately, said nothing, and warmly greeted everyone. Welcome, my dear ones. I'm happy to see you here. Peter, appreciate that you have such a beautiful Peter, appreciate that you have such a beautiful vampire girl as your girlfriend. And Vera, darling, come with me to your new podcast studio. Vera impatiently grabbed Diana by the hand and eagerly ran to visit her new studio. Vera impatiently opened the door, squealed with excitement, and immediately burst into tears of happiness. Such a beautiful studio! Is all of this mine? I replied with a big smile on her face. Yes, it is, sweetheart. Now I'll give you training on how to do live broadcasting on the internet. I already set everything up correctly for you. I bought you a dynamic microphone designed for podcasting and voice work, to a boom arm that is screwed to the table. This way, you just pull the arm with the microphone toward you and connect it directly to the modern gaming laptop I bought because it has high quality build and excellent cooling. You'll use the gaming graphics card for your live streaming on the internet. Don't forget to turn on the webcam and use the studio headphones to monitor your voice. Use this software designed for live broadcasting. This is how you turn it on and start. Vera quickly thanked her and impatiently launched her first live video broadcast ever. Welcome, dear fans. My name is Vierka. I'm a vampire girl, and I'm also the owner of the podcast Dark organization. I'm sorry, I'm terrible nervous. I'm probably as red as a pepper. People will talk again. I don't know how to speak normally. My knees are shaking. I'm sweating like a dog. Hopefully, my beauty will save the day as usual. My podcast is a reality show about my life as a vampire girl, about my dark organization. You'll see? Look how pretty I am. Hopefully, no one sees that I'm sweating like a dog. That's all for today. Bye. Completely red and sweaty, Vera nervously ended her first live broadcast ever, which was immediately watched by a few people. Diana and Peter quickly rushed to her and both eagerly asked at the same time, "So, how was it?" Vera replied, "Terrible. I stuttered. I was red like a dog. It was awful and embarrassing." Diana tried to encourage her. "Sweetheart, it's fine. That's completely normal." After the live broadcast, Lady Seraphina introduced Vera to her new personal photographer who strongly attracted her. "Siddharth, I'd like to introduce your new personal photographer who will take care of your social media. His name is Richard." Photographer Richard simply smiled nicely at Vera, which threw her off balance. She immediately blushed. She smiled at him warmly like a professional model, which made Richard visibly nervous. She introduced herself as charmingly as she could, while Peter silently watched, full of jealousy, as Vera was completely taken by the young photographer. Vera said, "My name is Verka, I'll do anything you want." Richard replied with a laugh and added a funny remark, "That happens to me all the time. Every woman wants me, it's terrible." Peter answered jealously, "This beauty belongs only to me. Hands off, young man, while I'm still speaking nicely." Ira looked at both roosters with a mischievous smile and said, "Richard, I'm sorry. I was just teasing you. I love only my boyfriend Peter. I want you be I want I want to be your friend. Don't worry if you're lonely. I'll find you a nice and most importantly single vampire girl to marry." Richard blushed and quickly changed the topic. "Let's get to work instead. We'll take a few good shots." He'll pose confidently. "We'll show your fans, especially the men, all your beauty with which you can conquer the whole world. Come on." Richard led Vera into her new studio, and Vera smiled at him like a professional model, which made him visibly nervous, though he tried to remain as professional as possible. Vera enjoyed showing off in front of men, so she playfully kept his attention. Richard was very excited about the photos, which he immediately published on her social media, bringing Vera thousands of new fans. Her social media was instantly full of messages from men. The next day, the elections for the Council of the Dark Organization began, held at the Blackthorn family castle. Every supernatural being arrived. Everything was photographed by photographer Richard, who also acted as the cameraman for the live broadcast on the internet, because the elections of the Dark Organization were a great opportunity to gain visibility. Everyone, when everyone was already seated in the large Knight's Hall, Mira took the microphone into her hands and began. "Welcome, my dear ones. The elections for the council members of our dark organization may begin. Each of you has a ballot on which you will write the name of a council member. The elections may start." Everyone wrote their chosen candidate on the ballot and placed it into the urn in the middle of the room. And then I read all the votes using a barcode scan, prepare the uh, prepared the evaluation within a few minutes and handed the results of the council election to Vera, who simply read out the names of the new members. The elected members were vampires and werewolves, half and half. After the elections, the first meeting of the council of the Dark Organization began. Vera explained the rules, thanks to which she held 51% of the votes because she was the most powerful dark being in the organization, connected to the control of the company. With her beauty, she won the favor of all the male council members, and the female members became her new friends. Her special units of the Dark Organization consisted only of vampire girls. The werewolves worked as security. After a difficult day, the Dark Organization finally began earning its first money. Whereas vampire girls worked as a company for the lonely people, and the werewolves worked as security. Of course, as a startup, the Dark Organization could not earn much immediately. Viera, Peter, and her family still had to go to work. After difficult times and a lack of free time due to launching the startup and the Dark Organization podcast, Viera decided to make it up to Peter. Peter invited her on a date. First, they enjoyed a good movie at the cinema together, and finally, they spent a romantic evening in the London nightclub. Peter, sweetheart, I haven't given you enough attention for a long time. It's time to change that. Waiter, I'd like a glass of wine for me and non-alcoholic drink for my boyfriend. The waiter handed Vera the drinks with a smile. And immediately drank. Vera paid and immediately drank the glass of wine greedily, which made her instantly drunk. She completely lost control. My dear, let's go dance, said the totally drunk Vera, who dragged Peter onto the dance floor and openly embarrassed him, much to his frustration. Feather, let's go home instead, Peter said to Vera, who was completely drunk. Vera simply moved with Peter to the restroom of the nightclub, saying, I'm totally drunk for one glass of wine. Now kiss me, Peter. Vera covered Peter with kisses, and after a few minutes, she fainted drunk onto the floor. Peter had to carry her home on foot. The next morning, Vera was embarrassed in front of Peter. She immediately came to apologize. Sweetheart, I got stupidly drunk again. I came to apologize. As an apology, I will fulfill any wishes you have until further notice. To be continued. Oh, okay, people. This was totally crazy live stream, and because I forgot to turn on the light. But Peter, why did you do this? Why did you do this? People could see you again. Yes, people, I'm perfectionist. I'm sorry, but it'll be fun, and it was fun the whole time. Okay, people, I don't want to stream for a long time, only for 20 minutes. That means I want to stream for the last 2 minutes. And okay, what I can tell you. Okay, people, thank you for your watches. Thank you for your listening. I'm so happy that my podcast is increasing the whole time, and I'm feeling like the real presenter in the real radio. Yes, people, thanks to this perfect microphone and this perfect boom arm. I hope that I don't destroy it somehow. Um, and what else? I think that I can read you my slogan, or Peter, you forgot something. Yes, I wanted to tell you that this is not the end of my live streams for today, because this was the first live stream about my chapter 20 of season. Chapter 20. No, Pete, what are you talking about? This live stream was about chapter 12 of season 3 of my novel, The Vampire Diary. It was people episode where I was reading an acted you. And then today at 6 p.m. or at 5 p.m. or simply in the afternoon at least at 5 or 6 p.m. until 7, I want to do my usual live stream. It's called Peter Sunday 1 hour rebel episode. And yes, people, that's it. Let's read the that slogan and Bob's your uncle. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented, because learning English is for everyone. Okay, people, let's continue with the last 30 seconds. And because I like the number that I'll that are I cannot tell in English. Yay, that's great. Okay. I simply don't like numbers like 19 or 18. I like whole numbers, yes, like 20 or 30 and so on. And yes, we can end this live stream because Peter, you just you are talking too much. Okay, shut up. Okay, people, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and I want to tell you, bye bye.